Hi everyone, I'm Alice. Today there's some rather intriguing news. Several countries that are thinking particularly ahead on AI have formed a new alliance. At this point, you might immediately think, is this just the whole world ganging up to contain China? Or perhaps we're caught in a life or death race where China is the sole opponent. Actually, reality is often far more complex than such black and white scripts, and the situation keeps evolving. I bet that AI will absolutely become the core issue in future global politics, but the eye of the storm for geopolitical tensions and a testing ground for international cooperation. Nothing about this is set in stone. Look at political alliances throughout history. Has any one of them remained unchanged forever? As technology accelerates, these camps will reshuffle more frequently rather than solidify. So how should we really view China's position in this landscape? You often hear people exclaim, "Oh no, China's already years ahead," as if they're holding unlimited energy. Robots and secret hey kudzy black tech. Is that accurate? Not entirely. Put simply, it's a story of leaping ahead in some areas while still catching up in others. That may sound boring, like a trivially correct statement, but the logic governing how the world operates is often this straightforward. Consider this. In manufacturing physical robots and hardcore supply chains like electric motors and magnets, and even in the speed of building energy infrastructure, China has genuinely pulled far ahead. Yet in other domains, we also hold our own advantages. This state of chasing each other with mixed results has been true in the past and will likely remain so in the future. After all, unless someone possesses a unique superintelligence, it's nearly impossible to dominate everything, and besides, if that ever happened, it wouldn't be good for anyone. So, is this ultimately a race or a collaborative journey? The answer is both, and that's precisely what makes it so mind-boggling. The global economy has always worked this way. On one hand, we're deeply intertwined and mutually dependent. On the other, we fiercely compete in certain corners. Insisting on choosing just one option only shows you're trying to take the easy way out. Reality is always a tangled mess, but it's exactly this messiness that makes it real. However, one crucial point must be clarified. The net disparity of power and its implications are vitally important. I've consistently emphasized that AI must be led by democracy. While this might sound like indirectly saying China shouldn't take the lead, which isn't wrong, my actual meaning is more nuanced. Yesterday, I mentioned the term authoritarian, but what I truly meant is this. I don't want any single entity to become the sole ruler of superintelligence. Whether that dominator is an individual, a corporation, or even a nation, including the United States, that simply won't do. I believe handing exclusive control to any one party would spell genuine disaster. The most beautiful state for our world is when power is widely dispersed, when everyone brings different ideas, and when a subtle balance exists among us. Whether nations, individuals, or companies, all should be able to check and balance one another and have a voice. In this way, even if we make foolish mistakes along the journey, the best ideas will eventually rise to the surface and be chosen by all. Ultimately, what worries me isn't who wins or loses, but the scenario of one dominant power, no matter who sits in that chair. If it becomes the world's sole AI ruler, the outcome won't be favorable for any of us. That's all for today's video. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this helpful, feel free to comment, and subscribe. Your support is my greatest motivation to keep going. See you next time.